essentially you guys are all maximizing your opportunity here at Clemson, right? Like you're maxing out on what you're able to do here at Clemson. But with that in mind, what is something about football that has remained constant from like Pop Warner, Pee Wee football, all the way to now that you still love, like even at this stage in your careers?
Just the same joy that like you have making a play when you were 6 years old. Is that it's like that joy is like even like maximized now. Like I remember like there was no better feeling than scoring a touchdown or making a big tackle, and then like now you're doing it in front of 80-some thousand people and then millions watching. So I would just say like the same joy that you attacked the game with when you were younger, keep that now, and it'll carry you through life. But at the end of the day, the field's the same size. It's all the same. Just the guys are bigger and faster. But just keep that same joy that you had when you were younger.
I love the lessons that it teaches you. I love, the idea that this game is going to, reward those who, put the work in, who don't cut the corners. And it's also, as we know, it's going to punish the people who take shortcuts and look past the little things and act like it's no big deal. And at the end of the day, you will get exposed, for your lack of work, for your lack of commitment, for your, lack of watching film and watching enough and obsessing over details. That's what this game has always done. At least for as long as I can remember. It's, it rewards the ones who put the work in and it exposes the ones who don't.
I'll say I love game days just because, just seeing all your work and like the whole year, you work, 8 months out of the year just to play 4 months. So it's kind of just like, it's kind of bittersweet, knowing that you only get, 15, I guess now 17, 16 opportunities. But, and Coach Sweeney always says, don't let the pressure of the moment exceed the pleasure of the moment. And that really sticks with me just because now, the stakes are higher, and on the next level, the stakes will get higher, and there's more pressure. And in high school, there was pressure compared to middle school. So each level, there's going to be more pressure, and you got classes and all this stuff to deal with. But, we're just so blessed to be able to play a game that we love, and it's just a game, at the end of the day. But, we love it, and we train for it. Blood, sweat, and tears go into it. And a lot of people, it just means a lot to a lot of people. And, it's just great to be able to do that and bring joy to others and yourself as well.
The game of college football has obviously, the landscape of it has changed drastically over the last couple years. Tyler, you talk about NIL and how that impacts the way that recruitment works, or, it just, so many things have really changed when it comes to college football. But there are things about Clemson from a tradition standpoint that no matter what's happening in any of that landscape that remain true, and it's been true, for decades. What is like the one piece of tradition here that you guys really value and appreciate even amongst the changing landscape of football?
Running down the hill. Like you notice it. It's so different when we're at an away game, it's like, where's the rock that I'm supposed to touch? Where's that? Like, it's so different, but, like, running down the hill is the most special thing that you can't even, like, compare anything to it. It's unbelievable. You have however many fans we have at the stadium screaming, and you touch the rock, and it's just, like, I don't even know. I can't describe the feeling, but it's crazy that, like, we get to do that, and then it just feels weird when you're in an away game. There's no rock, there's no hill, and you're just running out of a tunnel. But I would definitely say running down the hill.
I would say the fans storming the field. I think that's the coolest thing ever. And people who don't know, like what Clemson's about, or if they've never been to a game, they don't know that. And I've seen people post, our fans all over the field after the game on, Instagram and stuff, and people are like, oh, like, why are you guys storming the field? Like you didn't even beat like a top 5 team. And it's like, that's not what it's about. Like, that's what we always do, and that's what the fans always do. And it just makes you feel like appreciated, and you can connect with the people who are in the audience who are, cheering you on and rooting for you and wanting the best for you. And then all of a sudden they're down on the field and, they're asking for gloves and stuff. And I think that's just the coolest thing ever. And it really kind of like humanizes the whole experience, of what we're in and what we're doing. And it just kind of reminds us, it's like, especially if you play really bad. I had one game where I played horrible, and I was so mad at myself. and really embarrassed. And like a bunch of fans came on the field, and then like people wanted to take a picture with me, and I was like, so you guys didn't know I played like really bad? Like I graded out like a 60. Like it was horrible. And I knew it in my head. I was like, God, I got to get better. Like this is horrible. It's embarrassing. Like these like I'm taking a picture with a kid and stuff, and it was like I signed his gloves or something. And I was like, dang, like he either doesn't know I played really bad or he doesn't care. And those two answers were good enough for me. So I think that's really cool about what we have here.
For me, I'll probably say Jervy. Just as much as.
Oh my God.
Is that crazy?
Yes, it's crazy.
Yeah, I'll say Jervy just because, I feel like as much as everyone kind of, and for people who don't know, Jervy's like our, it's like a, dirt grass field across the street from our facility. And we got nice, beautiful facility, and practice fields are amazing. But we also have a, kind of hard knocks field right across the street. And during camp, we'll go over there for a little bit. And I just feel like it's a great tradition because it just, makes you appreciate the things that you take for granted, on a daily basis. I feel like it's great. It really, develops character in our team. And, those are the rough dog days of camp. And I feel like it's just great. It's just great for our team. And, I just appreciate it because there's a lot of memories over there, a lot of them.
I love that, though, because those are the kind of things that you wouldn't think you're going to say that you're going to miss. Like being in Jervy Meadows, like dying, like who
That's the last thing I thought he was going to say.
Yeah, that's not what you think. But like when I talk to a ton of guys who have left this program, it's honestly those types of things that they say. Like, I will forever miss working out with all of my brothers, like together. You just don't get, you don't get that same thing. So like, all jokes aside, what's the thing that you guys are gonna miss? Like, I love the Jervy Meadows like grind. Like it's different. Mm-hmm. It's different, but it's true. Like what are you gonna miss?
I would say the tough days that I've had here. So that consisted of like losses, hard workouts, and like I say that because like when I committed to Clemson, I didn't even think Clemson knew what a loss was. So like my freshman year, we went 10-3, and it was just an automatic wake up call. But it was something that I needed in my life because like I realized that like even the top giants, the figures at the top of the list, everyone's human at the end of the day, and everyone's gonna go through those lessons, that adversity, those losses, and like that's something that I needed because I didn't know Clemson knew what a loss was. So I would say it's just. I'm so thankful for the tough days that I've had here because like it's really shaped me to the man that I am today.
RJ, I haven't really thought of mine yet. I don't know.
He already kind of said like Jervy.
Already kind of.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, then I guess I would just say just the team as a whole and being on a team. I think being on a team is not everybody gets that experience, at least to what we have right now with the with the amount of stress that we have and the amount of people who are counting on us to give our best effort. I think, the stress is it's a privilege. What do they say? Pressure's a privilege. Is that what they say? And people don't get to have this experience, not only to have the pressure, but also to have people who are depending on you, and then also you depending on other people to get, your job done and them to get their job done. And so throughout the rest of my life, I want to make sure that I'm on a team that has, this accountability, that has, the structure that we have, here at Clemson that's been built, and has been really successful over a long period of time. I think, that's going to be essential for my, livelihood. I don't think I'm going to be able to function if I don't have that.
Yeah, in some form, whatever it looks like. It's never going to be like this, but you just always want to have some sort of glimpse of that anyway.